Okay, I made a video on piecewise functions, but a lot of people were still very confused. So I'm going to use this to try to explain it a little bit better. So piecewise functions are if you took multiple functions and put them together. Meaning, if I had a function that said f of x equals 3, and I have another one that says f of x equals 2x plus 1, and I have another one that says f of x equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to graph these three functions all on the same graph. So the first one, f of x equals 3, is just going to be a horizontal line at 3. The second one, 2x plus 1, I'm going to have a y-intercept of 1 and a slope of 2. And the third one has a y-intercept of 3 and a slope of negative 1/2. So I have these three graphs all together. Now what a piecewise function says, what it does is it takes these three and puts them into one function. So the piecewise function wouldn't be three of them written out like that. It would be f of x equals, and then we would put all three rules. Equals 3, it equals 2x plus 1, it equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. So when you see this written this way, all that means is you have three different functions that are all put together. Now we have restrictions. So what would happen is we would say that the graph only follows this rule when x is less than or equal to, and they'll give you the rule, but I'm making up the rule as I go. So I'm going to say when it's less than or equal to 0. So what that means is on this graph, it only follows this rule for this region back here when it's less than or equal to 0. So this whole part above it, past it, wouldn't be included anymore. This no longer exists because it only follows the rule of f of x equals 3 when x is 0 or less. So it's right here. Hopefully that makes sense. Now the next one, I'm going to say it follows this rule from 0, not included, is less than or equal to 3. So what that means is from 0, I have this line, but the 0 is not included. When x is 0, that point is not included, and it only goes until x is 3, and that point is included. So this brown line only exists from here to here. So this part no longer exists, and this part no longer exists. So now I have this blue line right here, and this brown line right here. And then my third rule would have something like 3 is less than x is, we're just going to leave it with less than x, and it's going to go on forever. So what that means is this line only exists when x is greater than 3. So I'm going to make an open circle right here and draw this arrow this way, which means this no longer exists. So all the parts that I cancel out are no longer there. So on a graph, what I would really see for this function is I would see this line right here all the way to 0, to x equals 0. And then it would jump to this line right here. For this section. Oh, I have the wrong y-intercept. Let me start over. I apologize. Had the wrong y-intercept on there. This one. This one. And this one. So that's what the piecewise function would look like. It follows this rule when x is less than 0. It follows this rule when x is in between 0 and 3. and it follows this rule when x is greater than 3. So hopefully that clears it up a little bit. So what you would see here is if x is less than or equal to 0, if 0 is less than x is less than or equal to 3, if x is greater than 3. You would see something like this. So this would be the function rule that you would get, the piecewise function, okay? I'm going to do a video where I actually do probably 3 or 4 of the ones off of the wave 3 handout. So if you're doing wave 3, you can watch that one too.